What if Rimmeru goes to Naruto-verse by Manga-narvana? This story is about Rimmeru going to Naruto-verse for fun since he wants to escape from doing work. Actually, Ciel asked on the date. So please enjoy the fanfiction. Things you can expect in this story. Change in timeline. Male Rimmeru. Long story. Till Boruto timeline. The prologue. In the cardinal world, there exists a country of monsters, the strongest in all existence, ruled by a single strongest being in existence, known by the name Rimmeru Tempest, the strongest member of Octagram, Demon Lord Chaos Creator, the youngest member of the strongest race True Dragon Fifth True Dragon, or the new god of the cardinal world, sitting on his desk and managing the world. Since Milam has given up on managing the cardinal world, the voice of the world decided to give him a job of managing the entire world. After 5 years, Guy decided to follow Milam by retiring from being the moderator and deciding to crash in Tempest along with Velzard. Then after a few years, the soul of Masayuki was destroyed because of the ultimate skill. It was later found that if the will of a being weakens, the ultimate skill can leave a person, which results in the death of Masayuki. Velgrind was truly sad as her love now couldn't exist anymore, so she decided to follow her older sister's path and came to Tempest. Since she knew Rimmeru had the strongest will to hold up to 6 ultimate skills, she decided to live with him now. After a few years of playing, she became a glorified otaku along with Milam, Luminous, who got bored, and Veldora. Rimmeru Pav Rimmeru. Hey Ciel. I'm bored, is there anything interesting going on in the world? Rimmeru asked his true partner and truly omniscient Manas Ciel and his wife. Ciel. No master. Ciel responded to Rimmeru in a sad tone, but suddenly sensed something interesting in a void, and then told her master that she had found a world where there is a war going on, and their world god had left the world and ascended into the god dimension. So traveling to said world is possible. Ciel. Do you want to go there, master? Rimmeru, after hearing the Ciel world, is overjoyed by her words. Rimmeru. Yup. Ciel, I know that you will find something for me in the entire void. Ciel, upon hearing the words of her master Rimmeru, started to blush and became as red as her eyes. Sensing this, Rimmeru goes to an imaginary space and continues teasing Ciel. Ciel. Master, stop it. Ciel makes a super cute face. Ciel. Master, the power level of the world is too low for your existence, so we need to create a pseudo-body for the new world. Rimmeru. Well, what about Cardinal World? Who would look after it? Ciel. Master, don't worry about it, since it is our vacation I will dump all work on the useless Oedicus in Tempest. Rimmeru, crying joyfully. Yes, I am free. Suck it up, Guy Crimson. Ciel laughed along with her master on how to prank Guy and other Oedicus. And finally arrive at a plan to dump paperwork on Velgrind and Velzard. Moderator works on Guy along with Luminous and Veldora to do all the work in the labyrinth. Dino is the observer of heaven along with Frey. And Kigali, Carrion, and other Tempest executives look after every major state of Tempest. Milam to do paperwork of heaven, and her secretary is Shuna. They send their job via voice of world, so they can't ignore the order of Rimmeru. Finally, Ciel activates her master skill, ultimate skill god of chaos Azathoth, sending her master to the end of space and time and also slowing down the flow of time in the Tensuraverse. And ignore the cries for help from all the demon lords. Chapter 1. In Void. Rimmeru. Hey Ciel, what kind of world is it going to be? Ciel. Master, do you want spoilers? Rimmeru. No, but some hints might be good. Ciel. I refuse it, master. Rimmeru, making a sad face, looks at his wife and then thinks of an idea. He pulled behind Ciel and hugged her and then pulled her closer and placed a kiss on her. Rimmeru. Do you want more, Ciel? Ciel is unable to understand what is going on around her. Finally, Rimmeru has a big smile on his face as Ciel looks like her ex crashed. Rimmeru then orders Ciel to come out. Ciel with puppy eyes comes out of her master using pseudo-body. Yes, master. Ciel became red scarlet because of a sudden kiss. Finally, to continue the fun and wanting to take revenge on her master's actions, she finally wants a date between them two. Ciel wants to give something special to her master. Ciel. So master, since it's our date, would you like to be a male for this journey? Hearing Ciel's words, Rimmeru was shocked, as it is the first time Ciel asked for a date. Most shocking news was that he could become a human male again and go on a date with Ciel. Is this what heaven feels like? Yup, Ciel asked me on a date and is going to make me a man. I will have my son back. She hates it when other women see me with lustful eyes. Look at her red face, she is hardly able to process her words. No, I must do my absolute best to fulfill my cute wife's wishes on this journey. This will be the best date in the entire overvoid. Rimmeru trying to confirm the words. Hey Ciel, are you sure you want to do it? What I mean is you hate when others look at me with lustful eyes. Ciel. Do not worry master, you are mine and mine alone. Why is Ciel now making Shuna's face wait is what I think is finally going to happen. Then what are we doing in void, let's get down to it. Ciel reading her master's mind is now blushing. Wow, Ciel is now crimson red. Did she read my mind? Ciel. Now master, let me handle everything for the date. Rimmeru. Yes Ciel, do everything you want to do to my new body. Even though it is going to be overpowered, we still can't take any risk now, can we? Few minutes later, Ciel truly did wonders into new Rimmeru. Rimmeru info name. Rimmeru Uzumaki EP. 1 Million, somewhat equal to 10 taels. Clan name, Uzumaki. Age, 4 year old. Ultimate skill, Ciel, which includes all Rimmeru skills. Clan ability, Uzumaki body, Uzumaki chakra, adamantine sealing chain. Backstory, made by Ciel. There is a prophecy in the Uzumaki clan of a child to be born with the powers of gods who protect the world from its destruction. The youngest son of most pure-blooded Uzumaki, born on the day of the crimson red moon in mid of the destruction of his clan. This prophecy has existed for as long as the Uzumaki clan has existed. There is a portrait of a child in the middle of the prophecy. The child will have long silver blue hair and deep golden eyes that give off an otherworldly divine beauty that sets the world in chaos. Chapter 2. The beginning. Hashirama Pave village hidden in leaves at the end of the Warring State period. In one of our conversations, Mito told me of the prophecy of the end of the Uzumaki clan and the immense threat looming over Whirlpool's land. Although the Uzumaki rejected the help sent by Senju and other clans, even Uchiha agreed to help them, but they refused. The main family has cut off all communication with the other village. This is a headache for the safety of the Land of Fire, since the power shown by the Uzumaki clan is crucial to world peace. Every single hidden village wants the Uzumaki for their Fuinjutsu powers to control the tailed beast given by me. And now the prophecy of a child with the power of gods. This will absolutely cause the first shinobi war. Hashirama. Tobarama, where are you? Tobarama Pav. Hearing the big brother's cries, I entered Hokage's office and found him moping at his desk. And seeing me, he started babbling about the prophecy about the Uzumaki's fall. Is he drunk in the morning? Tobarama. Stop moping, big brother. Hashirama. How can you tell me not to mope when there is going to be a war? Tobarama. Despite our readiness for the war, Uzumakis are more than capable of handling their problems, but the main problem is Uzumaki's prophecy about the child. To ensure the safety of the child, I will personally travel to the land in the whirlpool and bring the child home. Third Pav. After the end of the First War, when Tobarama talks to the Uzumaki, he finds the truth of the prophecy, and the inevitable truth of the death of most Uzumaki because of the prophecy. Some Uzumaki had left the land for their safety to Konoha and some to another land. After the death of the Hashirama, Tobarama became the Hokage and continued to find ways to research the way to save the child. But soon he followed his brother and sacrificed his life for the village. But he told his grandniece and his student about the prophecy as a bedtime story. Tsunade remembered her grandfather, grandmother and granduncle's words and spent her time looking after the land of the whirlpool. But one day there was a big war on the land, thousands of innocent Uzumaki died, some fled the land, and one day there was a big red moon, followed by a grand storm over land. The end of the storm caused even bigger chaos since the entire land of the whirlpool sank in the middle of the ocean. There was no child found by Hiruzen as he searched the sea. He failed to find anything. The entire land of the whirlpool vanished with the storm. One day after the end of the Third Great Ninja War, the sunken land starts to emerge out of the sea with a huge storm, as if the world is about to end. The crimson red moon with the Red Sea, as if the sea was formed by the blood of dead Uzumaki, where once a village now full of the forest, as if it existed in a different world. The density of the chakra is comparable to all tailed beasts. A village hidden in the mist tried to enter the village but failed. Soon after that, peace was signed between all 5 great villages and the war was over. Rimuru Pav. Observing the world from imaginary space. This is quite an interesting world. There is a big cute chubby tailed beast that everyone fears. They fear fluffy big pets. Kufu-fu almost reminds me of Ranga. This world has a lot of wars, almost 3 world-ending wars. Even Ciel is confused by this turn of events as if they were manipulated by outside forces. We even found 2 of those outsiders causing havoc on the day of my birth. Ciel got pissed by those 2 Otsutsuki and used Azathoth on them and sent the entire land of Whirlpool in my imaginary space. Even though her angry face was frightening, I felt bad for them since their soul was sent to Ultima to play with. The true mystery of this land where I was born is it is made of the dead body of the god of this verse. Now he is inside of me for Ciel to play with, and some cheap copy of his dead body is now in this forest. Well, it was Ciel's suggestion to do it. Can't ruin the future plot. The forest is now full of huge slugs and snakes who can somehow talk. The most interesting thing is my new powers called chakra. I can control all 5 chakra nature along with Kekkei Genkei, Kekkei Toda, and Yin-Yang release. Ciel suggested not to use all of them, so we decided to use my clan ability and ice, storm, and lava release. Ciel Pav Master continues to play with his ability in the forest and gets some control over his ability. So I finally check on the status of the world. The 4th Hokage is finally dead. His child named Naruto Uzumaki is now born with half of Kurama sealed inside his body. Soon things are going to start. After 4 years, Ciel, Master, you shall now exit the forest. I sense some shinobi outside the forest. Rimmeru, are you sure it is the right time? Ciel, yes, Master. Rimmeru, fu, let the fun begin. The birth of Rimuru Uzumaki, side story, Midnight Uzumaki Compound, Random Uzumaki. It was a peaceful night, the day before it all started. There was a full moon. The main branch of the Uzumaki family was happy since after 2,000 years of history the Uzumaki family's youngest daughter was going to have a child. Just like in prophecy, the presence of a child brings good news to the family people. Strangers were getting healed by meeting the young princess. Accidents, death, drought and famine have stopped as if the world is preparing for the birth of a new divine being. But on the night as the news of labor of our princess spread in the village like forest fire. From afar, thousands of shinobi from different villages started to attack the villages. Thanks to the orders from the village leader, the security was tight. Massive flames were visible from the village where once stood a dense forest is now a wasteland. Then suddenly a massive ball of chakra came cutting the village in half. Cries of people can be heard. There was mass panic as we realized that 3 great ninja villages had attacked the land of Whirlpool. As the 3-front attack was on its way, many ordinary Uzumaki men had picked up weapons to join the war as they could help escape from the war. After few hours, we began to push back the attacking shinobi. After the main family had joined the battle, only the females stayed in the central temple of the village to look after the young princess. Their power was legendary as the earth shook from their punches and hundreds of shinobi died. We watched the fight between the second prince as he fought against the 6 tails using his adamantine chain. Whereas first prince to handle 8 tails. Sensing their defeat, the Jinchuriki retreated from the battlefield. We are celebrating because of our victory. Soon the moon turns red as we sense one man floating above the village. He was looking down on the village, though he had very strong chakra, or should we say evil dense chakra, that of tailed beast, but more dense than any beast we had ever sensed in our life. He had a very strange outfit. He had a white jacket and a black pair of trousers with black marking on his face. Looks somewhat like Jigen and Hidan mix. Then he waved his hand and a huge beast appeared in the village. The Jubi had 10 tails with brown skin in color and titanic in size. One of its hands was larger than any of the tailed beasts. With a single eye, which takes up most of its head, and spiky protrusions growing out of its back in a shape reminiscent of a conch shell, also possessed a grotesque bulb-like body with long arms and clawed hands, but no visible hind legs, as well as a wide mouth with multiple rows of pointed teeth and a single spike on its chin. Dark veins similar to those of a plant ran along its body. For some very strange reasons we could see it but can't sense its chakra. The head ordered all warriors to attack the beast, as it ripped, crushed, through our village, killing thousands of innocent villagers. The beast then started to shed its skin, which turned into hundreds of humanoid demonic beasts with blade-like arms. They started eating our people as if we were its prey. Definitely not its prey, but still it kills, eats humans for fun. Central Temple, Amaterasu Omakami, in Uzumaki Compound. In the Central Temple of Amaterasu Omakami, in one of the chambers, There lies a pregnant woman surrounded by 10 other elderly women taking care of her since she is soon going to give birth to her first child. The young lady was the princess of the Uzumaki family. She had long red crimson hair with deep blue eyes. She had a cute smile on her face as she was with her mother and other family members. In most cases, the process of labor is chakra depleting and very painful, but she can't feel a thing except for the warmth coming from her child healing her very soul. She heard the news of an attack on the village but was not worried by it as she knew her father, grandfather, brothers and her husband were all battle hungry and they would enjoy fighting the attackers. She also wants to join them, but well, no point in crying now. Yup, every Uzumaki are violent. Sorry, I mean a social, peace-loving group of people who love good challenges from time to time. Well, we are blessed by goddess Amaterasu Omakami after all. Rimuru paused, so there was a big flash of light as I slowly opened my eyes. In front of me was an elderly woman with a warm motherly smile. Rimuru. Ciel, who is this grandma? Ciel. Your actual great-grandmother, and she loves children a lot. Rimuru, looking at his great-grandma, made a cute face and started looking around the room. The room was big, filled with luxurious things and 10 elderly grandma. Soon I heard a loud noise as 7 men entered the room. Few elderly ladies got pissed at the sight as one gentleman, a stupid-looking guy Crimson, snatched me from my great-grandma and started looking at me with a curious face. Ciel. Master, this moron-looking guy is your father. Rimuru. Hey, is Ciel annoyed with Guy? Seems like something is happening in Tempest. Definitely Guy tried to come to this world to have fun. Well, I don't mind calling him in future if he does work properly. Rimuru had an idea, as he started crying like a baby should. And it worked suddenly, and a very beautiful-looking woman with long crimson-red hair snatched me from his arm and tried to calm me down. She truly is my mother. Look like Velzard with blue eyes and red hair. Then I saw a truly funny scene as my great-grandma, betraying her motherly look, took a paper fan from a nearby lady and hit my father with it. The other elderly started laughing at my father. Ciel then told me about the other individuals present in the room. The 2 guys at the back with bloody red hair were my first and second uncle respectively, though they both were twins. Seriously, they look like Leon with red hair and blue eyes. In front of them were 3 white-haired elders. There was my grandpa from my mother's and father's side respectively, followed by his brother Ashina Uzumaki. The last was my oldest cousin, looked like Dino. Hey, am I missing them or what? He then tried to heal my dad. What a nice kid. My mother then finally decided to name me Rimuru Uzumaki. Ciel. Master, there's a problem. I sense 10 tails outside the temple with an Otsutsuki. It seems to have come for you and will kill everyone. Rimuru. Ciel, what do you mean? I had a feeling when you told me about the prophecy you have created for my fun, but losing my new family is no fun. Ciel, making a sad face. Sorry, master, it was necessary. Since this world is not a good place to live in, how about we send every Uzumaki here to Tempest? Rimuru. Good idea, Ciel. I will leave the rest to you. Make them a special race in Tempest and ask Ramirez to explain it as a gift from me. Also tell her if she looks after them properly, I will send her to another world where she can have fun in her older body. But suddenly the roof of the temple was blown off because of a tailed beast bomb as it shook the earth. My mother started to look around in horror as most of the village is now destroyed. Third-person POV at the battlefield which now drags inside the village. Thousands of innocent people were killed by tailed beast bomb. Rimmeru's father and other elders immediately requested my mother to run away from the village along with her newborn child using an underground passage in the temple. But before anyone can take a single step, there is a huge red Uzumaki symbol placed from the central temple to outside the village. Then 10 tails started to transform into a tree as one of the Otsutsuki sacrificed itself in the mouth of the beast. The remaining monsters started to re-merge with the tree. The other Otsutsuki was confused by the action of his fellow clan member. As the other Otsutsuki started to scan the area, he found a child floating in the air as time seemed to slow down. Who are you, child? Rimmeru is 16 here as he slows down time so he can erase this filth in front of him. Rimmeru. How rude for a parasite. Jashin. Who are you, name calling you brat? My name is Jashin Otsutsuki, and what is a brat like you doing here? Rimmeru. Oh my, sorry for not introducing myself. Ciel, teleport the entire Uzushiogakure to my imaginary space and leave some old building in the sea and nearby. Also want to have fun experimenting on this guy. Ciel, upon hearing her master's words, activated ultimate skill greater than teleportation complete and sure master. Then she made a grinning face with a smile, as now she could finally have fun with new toys. In imaginary space, Jashin was shocked as he got sucked inside the child. He was worried by the sudden appearance of the child in front of him. Most weird is he could not see the end of the blue-haired beauty. He got jealous by looking at the boy. His body was strong and his golden eyes were like an endless void looking deep inside his very existence. Jashin wants to place karma on this child and take over the kid's body. But now he was in a weird place. There was no light, chakra, air and water, nothing, as if he was inside the kid's eyes. He didn't realize that he was dead and he was being seen by two people. Turning to his back, he saw two identical brats he saw before, but now one was male and another was female. The only difference was their eyes. One has golden eyes and another had bloody red eyes. Jashin, what the hell are you, brat? What is this place? Rimmeru. Ah, yes, we forgot to introduce ourselves. My name is Rimmeru Tempest, and I am a god and you are dead. As Rimmeru transformed into his true dragon form, looked like mixture of Veldanava, Ivaraj and Veldora. Somehow Jashin understood what happened to him as he got hit by my true dragon aura and his body disintegrated into pure energy. Ciel. Master analysis is completed. As I was saying, it seems individual Jashin Otsutsuki has two very special eyes, Rinnegan and Byakugan, and also two senjutsu. One is to see in past up to his birth and the other somehow can reflect attacks on others by touching another person, dead or alive it doesn't matter, and there is nothing special about him except his somewhat immortal body. He already even shared this ability to others. Rimmeru. Ciel, don't ruin the fun, let me find the rest of history and ability of Otsutsuki on my own. Since they will come in next 30 years. Ciel. During the transfer of Uzushiogakure I found an additional 2 Otsutsuki and 1 divine tree fruit. One of them was the previous god of this verse and another was inside the divine tree. What do you want to do, master? Rimmeru. Absolutely nothing. Just throw the Jashin guy and other Otsutsuki body mixture outside when we return to Shinobi World to remove future problems. Ciel. Yes, master. Shall we return to the journey? Rimmeru smiling. No, Ciel. Let me check my new body and powers.